I'm gonna start in on this beef rib, about the size of my forearm. I don't usually like to admit defeat, but I might have ordered too much. I need some help in here. Whew. In Texas, barbecue is king, and smoky, slow-cooked beef is what they do best. No matter where you find yourself in this vast state, you're never more than a few beats away from some of the best barbecue you've ever eaten. I followed the smoke out to El Paso, in the far western reaches of the state near the Mexican border, to sample the work of an acclaimed pitmaster. Guys, I'm so excited. I'm out here at Desert Oak Barbecue in El Paso, Texas. I'm gonna meet with pitmaster and owner Richard Funk, and he's gonna give me a crash course in Central Texas barbecue out here in West Texas.
I'm Richard Funk. I'm a backyard barbecue guy, and this is my life.
Texas barbecue is highly concentrated in Central Texas, generally defined by a basic salt and pepper rub and the use of oak or pecan wood. But Richard lives out in West Texas, where direct grilling is often more prevalent than true barbecue, and the wood of choice is usually mesquite.
We start the pits at 3 a.m., so we have our morning pit crew. They get here bright and early. They get here at about 2:30 usually. Light the pits, and then they immediately put briskets and ribs on.
What temperature are you looking to maintain the pit at once those go on?
This pit is going to be at about 260 for pretty much the entire cook.
We maintain fire throughout the day. It's just a matter of keeping the temperature steady, especially for those cuts that take a little longer, and they just need that steady temperature to cook evenly all the way through.
So somebody's always got to be paying attention.
It takes human involvement the whole way through. It takes constant adjusting and manipulating.
Richard wasn't always into barbecue. It was his wife Suzanne who convinced him to go from a barbecue hobbyist to a professional.
We were dating, and she asked me if I had a grill, and I said, yeah, I mean, I have one. So she looked at it and she goes, oh, that is not a grill. So she went out and bought a little Weber.
Do you remember the first barbecue that he started?
I filled up the chimney and we worked on it together, and it was fun. It was just long nights. He wanted to stay up all day, all night, working on it, and he just wanted to create this masterpiece from the beginning, and he tried over and over again.
I didn't even know that I wanted to cook with fire until I got older, and when I met Suzanne, and she kind of put that bug in me. I am still obsessed with fire and cooking with it. It's one of those things that I do that makes me a little bit weird, I guess, but but I enjoy it.
And now you have all this.
Yeah, now I can't get away from it.
So are there any particular challenges about cooking barbecue out here in West Texas and El Paso?
Being in far West Texas, we have an added challenge of sourcing wood. We can't just get firewood from anybody here. We have to plan it in advance and make sure we're going to be able to get it, because we use oak and it doesn't grow here.
But you just choose the flavor of oak because that's what you like best?
Because I'm stubborn and not a real businessman.
I was just going to say, because he's stubborn. He loves oak, the way it burns, and just everything about it.
Richard's passion for barbecue is infectious, and I had to go check out the pits to see what he had cooking. But first, we started out in the back kitchen, where he was prepping the beef ribs. Is it a 50-50 blend of salt and pepper?
More or less. We mix the salt and pepper together. So these are ready to go on the pit.
Damn, that's a lot of meat.
It's enough for a Sunday.
Could you talk about why the paper over the foil with the beef?
So there's nothing wrong with foil. Butcher paper works better. It doesn't give it that pot roast taste to it, and it holds enough fat to where it doesn't dry out.
Is this tallow just from all your trimmings?
This is drippings from the sheet pans. The fat keeps rendering and the tallow kind of pools in the sheet pans, and we just collect it and put it right back on them.
Would you be open to letting me try to dress one and wrap it?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is good, 3 bones?
Yeah, that'll be good.
And there's a little drizzle, then the rewrap?
Yep, just wrap it just like that, and then kind of tuck the sides a little bit under that arch. Want to do another one?
Yeah, that's good, clean fun right there. Richard tells me that beef ribs are hard to love. They're expensive, even at wholesale prices, and that cost is passed on to the customer at the register.
I like looking at beef ribs, I like handling them, I like cooking them, I like cutting them and serving them. I hate paying for them. They're always expensive. I don't know of any barbecue restaurant that actually makes a profit on beef ribs. To mark the price up to where an accountant would approve, it would just be really scary to a customer.
But Richard still loves cooking them, and they've become an iconic feature of the Desert Oak menu. Their massive size reinforces the old adage that everything is bigger in Texas.
If you were a real businessman, you probably would just run away from beef ribs.
Yeah.
But Understanding what it does to customers and how it affects them when they see it, then it makes sense to have beef ribs on the menu.
We finish our prep just before the lunch rush, which happens as soon as the doors unlock. Customers pour in and start ordering. While Richard chats with customers, I take the opportunity to talk to Wade Miranda, the chef de cuisine at Desert Oak, to learn more about the all-important barbecue sides, like their green chili cheese rice, which Suzanne came up with to tie in with the green chili culture of nearby New Mexico. Tell me about what you're making here, real quick.
Yeah, so we're making our green chili cheese rice.
Okay.
It starts with a buttload of rice. It's gonna get our butter and green chili rice kit.
That looks pretty good, man.
Yeah, so this is the texture you're looking for, really. Like almost risotto-like.
That's super good. I mean, it's good once it...
Yeah, once it sits, it kind of congeals a little bit. It's okay, but this is the best way to have it.
Super fresh, yeah.
Yeah.
So this isn't like a typical barbecue side you find throughout Texas?
I've never seen this anywhere in Texas. I've only seen it here. It's one of those items that, as a chef, I'm like, this shouldn't be that good. But then you try it and you're like, this is really good.
This is really good, yeah. Armed with the lowdown on both meats and sides, it was finally time to lean into some barbecue. So I ordered a few snacks here. This looks incredible. I'm gonna start in on this beef rib, about the size of my forearm. I'm just gonna pick this sucker up. That's really incredible. The meat is super rich, obviously super beefy. The bark on it, pretty simple, salt, pepper, but it really comes through. That's a nice balance of the smoke flavor as well. The smoke's not overpowering. The king of all Texas barbecue, the brisket. Again, it's like supremely tender, not at all pot roasty, as he was talking about earlier. The beef gift that keeps on giving throughout the entire bite. These pork ribs, really super tender. And the spice rub on the outside really carries that thing across the finish line. These are the tortillados. They're jalapenos that have been roasted and then marinated in soy sauce and lime juice and some onions. Whoa, that's really good. That's a little spicy, but good lord, it's good. Holy man. Ooh, that's spicy. Could one of you guys text my cardiologist and set up an appointment for me on Monday? You gonna help me finish this?
Yeah. How's it going? You can't finish it?
I'm just getting started. I'm gonna need to sit here for like 14 hours.
Yeah, that's
same
fine.
amount of time it takes to cook the rib.
Stay as long as you want. Did you bite into that beef rib yet?
No, you can't tell how much I've eaten?
No, not from this thing. Oh, there you go. Yeah, you put a little dent in it.
It's super good, man. I'll tell you what, everything was fantastic. And with that, my day was done. But the team at Desert Oak was still hard at work, smoking briskets and ribs for tomorrow's hungry customers.
A lot of people didn't really appreciate the work that went into it because they thought, hey, you open at 11 and you close at 2. What a nice job. Like, yeah, but I was here all night. There's a bunch of people, they're sweating, they're working hard, they're not sleeping very much, and we do it because we like doing it. You don't get into the barbecue business because you want to make money. You get into it because you love cooking barbecue.
Hey, whether you are in West Texas or Central Texas, the bottom line is Texas barbecue is the truth. And I'm sorry, that is just the way I feel. I want to send a special thanks to Richard and Suzanne Funk here at Desert Oak Barbecue, as well as their chef de cuisine, Wade. If you have a favorite spot in the United States to go eat barbecue, throw it in the comments section down below. Be sure to like and subscribe, and go to cookscountry.com for more great adventures on the road.